Emotions come and go. Any type of emotion comes, stays for a little while, and then it goes again. Fear, anger, sadness, even feelings of boredom, laziness, and so on. They're all feelings. They come and they go. And what we should master is to minimize, or in the ideal case, to completely eliminate the time that they exist inside of us. The idea is that everything that is coming and going inside of you, that's what I'm talking about, is not who you really are. So when you think about an emotion rises up, it manifests inside of you, stays for a while, then it goes back. How are these emotions created? By the mind. For example, fear. Something is happening outside, you see it, you feel it, a situation, and your mind thinks that you must react with the fear, so you react with the fear. If it stays there for a while, and if you cannot control it, it will harm your performance. Maybe except for in real life-threatening situations, maybe your performance can rise up, but that is also because the mind is not so active in these kind of situations then. But imagine you are in a situation where it's not life-threatening, but your mind thinks maybe it is life-threatening. There we should definitely avoid the fear, and we can. Not just fear, we can eliminate sadness and all other emotions too. How do we do that? Or if we cannot eliminate them immediately, we can at least, when they arise, that's the stage where I'm in right now, when they rise up, you can decide to let go of that feeling, and it goes away. So, but before I teach you that, what do I mean with your identity? When an emotion comes and goes, this means, when you look at it from a spiritual perspective, that this cannot be your identity. You don't have to identify with a feeling, because there are two types of identities that you have. You have the form, like your body and everything that you think is your life. But your real deep identity is just the space inside of you, the high intelligence inside of you, everywhere, and the intense, strong energy field that you are. And this never goes. The space inside of you never goes. The stillness, the energy, the intelligence, that is your real identity. And everything else that you think you are, your mind, your ego, your life situation, even emotions that come and go, they are just on the surface. They are on the surface. They are not deep. They are not your deep identity. And we can control our emotions. Let's do that now. How do we do that? Well, we will talk about both. Eliminating emotions, like especially bad emotions. If you're happy, you can enjoy that. And stopping emotions when you feel them already. Often you either feel them here or in your stomach region. Fears, for example, fear especially, is something that you feel in your stomach region. You know what I'm talking about when you think about it. So let's say a bad emotion rised up already. What do? You feel the emotion somewhere in your body, maybe in your stomach. Two things that we should do. First, try to feel the fear or the sadness or any emotion that you have. Just feel it without without putting a label on it and saying that this is bad or this is good. Just observe the fear, for example. You have the fear and you feel it in your stomach region. Just focus on the entire area where you feel the fear. You feel it in your stomach region? Then observe the entire stomach region. Feel that energy that creates the space of energy field that creates this emotion. Feel it without judging it. What will happen then is, really immediately when you do that, you feel some peace inside of you. It feels like here's the fear, and around it you created some beautiful space of peace. Your mind will not understand it, but you will know what I'm talking about. You will feel stillness and peace inside of you if you just observe it. Don't judge it with your mind and say this is bad. Just observe it. While you observe it, you will feel the peace, and it will go and shrink, go away within, when we talk about time, I don't know, a few seconds to maximum half a minute, and it should be gone, and you should feel amazing. You can adapt it when you have, for example, a presentation in school, university, or you are standing in front of a crowd. Instead of using your mind to, oh, I need to say something now, observe the fear inside of you to make it disappear, and you will feel very peaceful. You can do that also with sadness. If you feel sadness, let's say it's not here, let's say it's in your mind. Observe it too. Create an energy field around it. You should not try it with your mind. Look, I want to create an energy field now around it. No. Just observe it, feel it, and you will create this space of peace and stillness around the entire emotion, because all emotions and thoughts are just created, and they also go back into this one consciousness space that you have inside of you. So let's say any emotion arises, wherever you feel it, just give your fullest attention to the feeling without judging it. This will create space, this will create the energy that will make it disappear in a very short period of time. I promise you, a very short period, maximum half a minute. Sometimes with me it works in 5 seconds if it arises. You must be in the moment and just observe it without judging it with your mind. Second thing, which is harder to do, but the real challenge, and you can work with that every single day. How do you completely avoid the rising of these emotions? By being present. An emotion of fear, sadness, and so on is just created, you feel it when your mind gets active. Because any kind of feeling is in your biochemistry happening, in the biochemistry in the body. Some hormones are released and you experience a certain feeling. So first the mind gets active to give you the feeling. But how can you avoid the first step is the mind getting active? If that happened already, you do what I told you about. You observe the space. But how do you avoid your mind getting active? We want to use the mind whenever we want to use the mind. If we don't want to use the mind, we need to shut it down and just enjoy what is around us. Just enjoy everything that is happening here. So if you are present, and present means that you are in the moment and not thinking about things, you can enjoy everything. You can enjoy everything and not think. But whenever your focus, your consciousness decreases, you will go to the level of thought. Thoughts are generated combined with emotions. Okay? But if you are, for example, you will have a presentation in front of people now, or you have the idea of going to a girl and approaching her. If you are not present, just in the moment right now and thinking already about things that will happen, probably they will not happen that way, it's just an imagination, then you will get the fear inside of you. Or if you think about something bad that happened in the past, you will feel sad. But these thoughts just come when you are not conscious enough, when you are not in the moment enough. And this does not mean that you are all the time meditating. It just means that you do everything that you do and try to be conscious with that. Okay, just be present. This way you will always have your mind shut down, and just when you need to solve a problem or use your mind, you will use your mind and then you will shut it off, shut it down again. So emotions just come when you are not present. If they come, first tip, observe them, create this peace and stillness around the emotion wherever you feel it, and it will go away. But to completely avoid them, you must give your best to, in every single moment of your life. That's very hard. You will practice that, but you will get better with it. I promise you. Be present, especially in challenging situations, especially in situations where you know now a certain emotion will come up inside of me. Practice being present in these situations to avoid the emotion. If it doesn't work and the emotion comes, not a problem, was a challenge, then you go back to tip number 1. But work on this presence inside of you. When you learn to master your emotions, and man, I'm not a master, but I am becoming so much better, and it makes my life also much more peaceful. You can do the same. Everything where you had fear, sadness, and so on, you can control much better. Much better. You will feel in control of yourself, of your mind. This is a very important skill, a mental skill that we all should develop. And I really believe, I know that it is possible. I know that you can do it. It just needs some practice. Mastering emotions is something that, of course, you do with your mind. You can also breathe when you have an emotion, but what will really help is observing it, the space of emotion, and being present to completely avoid it. Work on these skills. Try focus on that. You will see the difference, feel the difference, like a completely human being that is different, becoming a higher developed version of yourself. I wish you really good luck with that. It's not about luck, it's just about practice, and you can do that.